when you watch the news, you'll see like the most gruesome death. It's like, oh, three kids were shot in a neighborhood, and then it'll just go immediately to like McDonald's is getting the new Big Burger. There's no time to like process anything anymore, because like the minute you see something bad, you're like, oh, I want to forget that, so you'll just find some other way to stimulate your brain. And I think that definitely hurts how we like see the world around us, where it's like those people are dead, they're gone. We've definitely become desensitized to like, I think death is the biggest one. It's all the same.
I stopped watching the news a long time ago. It made me feel like the world is sad. Like every time I see someone in the news though, like when it gets viral or something, it's something with racism. So it just makes you feel like America is the worst place ever because of racism. And as someone that traveled, you about to be surprised when you move if it's not a dominantly black place. But even those countries got colorism. Media can be used to inform. It can show you the worst of a group. They all have their own agenda. So even if the other side have good, they're only going to show the bad. Media is powerful, and I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm an expert to even tell you, but it does influence a lot of people's decisions. It helps with internal biases that people don't even know they have, biases that they don't even care that they have. So it just feeds into whatever you believe, especially because people will believe whatever they want, especially if it's someone they hate or a group. I think that media helps with that.
I think black men are represented more, especially involving like racial injustice in America. I think women aren't given, especially black women aren't given that leeway because there's just not that much representation for them, even though they do suffer just as much or just the same amount of racial injustice as black men. The reason why the media shows these very extreme graphic images and stuff like that, these short headlines with like cherry picked information or stuff like that, or like buzzing words, is because that's what people feed on, you know? Nobody's really like reading a full article. They're mainly just gonna look at a headline and then just keep it pushing on with their day. There's no incentive really to like dig deeper into the message. And people complain about disinformation, but like most of the time, if you can dig deep and read through the articles, they usually tell you what's going on in a deeper understanding. But people don't really care about that, so they just don't.
I would warn them that no matter what ethnical background you're coming from, a lot of people are just mean and they want to find a reason to pick at you. You could be African, you could be Japanese, you could be German, you could be Russian. They will find a reason to mock you. So it's important to get past that and try to maintain compassion for others. It's important to look for people that do have that compassion for you. And my advice would be to instill the idea that we're people first, we're human first. We have so many similarities, no matter where you're from or what color you are, we have so much more in common than the differences between us.
First thing is, one thing my mom tried to teach me was finances. She made a lot of mistakes, so she tried to teach me about finances. So that's one thing I tried to. And then my sister, she was just hard headed, but she made mistakes too. So I learned from both of their mistakes, and now I'm in a good position of understanding when it comes to money. I would teach him about his options because now everybody's telling their kids college is the move. And then I see the kid that didn't go to college making as much as I'm gonna do when I come out of college. So that's something. And then with technology, you know, a lot of y'all majors about to be worthless. Probably mine in 30 years. But when it comes to race, I would tell him that I feel like I was sheltered. Because a lot of people come with their experiences about racism here, and I can't really tell one experience other than if it was in a different country. Because I'm not a person to say, oh, it's because I'm black. I'm a person to think it's just because they're assholes. All my lessons would be just how to be successful in life, or to put yourself in a position to be successful, and not really racism.
It's like kind of obvious, but it's just like treat people like they're people. Like don't like go up to a person and treat them differently because they may look different or sound different. Like just treat them like you treat anyone. And then I think you'll come to an understanding from there. And I mean, that it's worked for me so far.
First, I think it's just about understanding each other's viewpoints and really being like empathetic to the other side. Because once you can show empathy, it becomes easier for you to understand. I think that's what a big problem that leads to a lot of people like not being able to understand and comprehend or care about other sides is that they don't show empathy towards their side. They don't really feel any pain that they felt. Once you can understand the pain and empathize with that pain, it makes it a lot easier for you to understand why they feel these type of ways. Because even for me personally, one of my main reasons for like pursuing my degree in psychology was because of the lack of representation there is of black male psychologists and therapists in this field. And I feel like if I were to put my foot forward in that area, I can inspire more people to pursue those things.
Be careful out when it's dark. I wouldn't, to be honest, when it hits dark, you should be inside. Carry your info on you, know who you are, know where your home is. You gotta be strong-minded. You have to be able to pull yourself out. Be gentle and kind, and your skin is not a weapon. That's what I would probably say.